Hello, my name is Maria Cruz, and my subject is history, and my topic is about the Aztecs. My research question is to analyze the complexity of the Aztec culture and how that helped fight off the Spanish.
Why did you pick this topic?
This topic first interested me because uh, the Aztecs is my culture, you can say, since I was born in Mexico. So I kind of just had like a cultural connection to this um, topic, and so I just chose to go through that route.
How did your research question change from start to final? Explain. Why did it change or did it not change?
It changed a lot actually. At the start, I was just analyzing the religious aspects of the Aztec, and I didn't see myself going anywhere from that point. It was very difficult, and I was very stuck, and so I had to change it completely. I actually restarted. Right now, I'm doing my outline since I restarted, and I feel like it's a lot better now, and I am like analyzing how the Aztecs had their infrastructure, the economics, politics, and all that. And yeah,
What kinds of sources did you use? Where did you find the most helpful sources?
I used a lot of secondary sources since the primary sources from the Aztecs kind of got burned down by the Spanish. There's a very limited amount of primary sources for the Aztecs, and it's very difficult as well because they had a lot of hieroglyphics, you can say, that have not yet been decoded. So all we can tell from them is from their paintings or from the Spanish writing, and that even those sources are kind of iffy since they were from the Spanish side. They only show one side. So the most sources that I have found more resourceful are on JSTOR, and they're just kind of all over the place since it's kind of difficult.
Did you seek advice from your supervisors and other experts? What did you do with this advice, and how did it strengthen your extended essay?
I actually had to not depend, but find help from them quite often since it is a very redundant topic. I didn't want to end up just retelling a story of the Aztecs, so I had to take a different spin on it. That's what they advised me to. If they wouldn't have advised me that, I would just kept retelling the story, and I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So yeah, I seeked a lot of advice from them, and Mr. John, I think, gave me the most advice, the most helpful advice, since he is my supervisor, and I really like the route I'm going now.
What barriers did you encounter? What successes did you experience? And how did this affect your research question, your motivation, your conclusion, that kind of stuff?
Well, the barriers that I encountered, the first one was I didn't want to end up retelling a story of the Aztecs. It was very difficult, and so it was really difficult for me to come up with a different spin on the topic. I didn't know where to go. I was stuck, and I didn't like it at all. I didn't even want to keep on doing the essay because I felt like I wasn't going anywhere, and I really wanted to find a spin in the topic that really stood out to me, that I really liked, that I was passionate about. So now this is how I overcame this barrier, and yeah, now I'm doing my outline, and I think it's coming out pretty great.
Okay. So, give us a tour of your extended essay. So, what are the contents that you have in your table of contents from your introduction to your conclusion?
Well, since I am doing an outline, I don't really have much, but right now I'm going to talk about how the Aztecs weren't primitive, because a lot of historians regard the Aztecs as a primitive group, and I am talking about that they didn't lose to the Spanish due to their primitiveness, and where I'm going to talk about the complexity of their system and how Cortez had to systematically take apart this system that they had, since they were a complex society rather than primitive, how other historians regard it. And how I'm just gonna talk about their structure and how they had how the Spaniards made friends with other tribes that the Aztecs were associated with, and how when they become associated with these tribes, that took away from the Aztecs' economic. And I also go into world system theory and the dependency theory, which is like they label civilization from like numbers, and 8 being the most advanced. Like those are the ones that can colonize planets in outer space, and 1 being the most primitive. So I'm gonna talk about where the Aztecs stand on this chart, like this range, and I'm going to talk about their economic system. Was it feudal? Was it a more complicated one? And also I need to separate the Spaniards in groups, because I can't lump all the Spaniards together and say that they all hated the Aztecs or anything like that. Like maybe the missionaries were impressed by them, or maybe it was the conquistadors, or maybe the workers of the conquistadors. So I need to separate all these groups within the Spaniards and talk about it. And that's my essay.